Over the years, people have asked me, what does it feel like to have a seizure? And that's one of the most common questions I've gotten, and also one of the most difficult to answer because, I mean, having a seizure is, well, first of all, you don't remember the seizure. At least I don't. Like, I'm fully unconscious when the seizure is actually happening, but I do remember like the experience, like surrounding the seizure, namely, like mostly the coming out of a seizure. Uh, some people have an experience beforehand called an aura where they know the seizure's about to come. Like it's like a signal to them. Mine come unannounced. So I don't get that, but I can explain to you what it feels like coming out of one. And it's really like almost like nothing else I've ever experienced in my life. Um, so let's start. Okay. You come out of a seizure. Let's say you're surrounded by people. Well, even if this is like friends or family, there's a good chance you're not going to know like their name. And also, there's a chance like you're not going to know who they are. And here's another thing. Sometimes you just don't even know what people are, right? So what happens is when you come out of a seizure is like all of this data you've been like accumulating your whole life, like what a phone is, what a clock is, what a person is. Your brain is like rebooting and putting all this information back together. That's kind of what it feels like. And once that all starts to happen, then you can assign like, I guess, meaning or roles to these people. It's like, oh, that's my mother. Her name is this. This is what she does in my life. And boy, am I glad she's here. Right? It's strange. So, or, you wake up in a hospital and you're just like, what's going on, man? Am I like in this like spaceship? Like, what's happening? Um, yeah. So you have to start to like get acquainted with like your surroundings again. Um, and it can take a little while. Another thing is like, you don't really understand language either, which is a strange feeling. I've woken up before and people are just talking and I have no idea what it is. It sounds like gibberish to me. Or sometimes I don't hear anything. I can just like, I'm just like taking it all in like visually, but I don't hear a sound. Yeah. And, you know, that's when people are around. When you have seizures, when no one is around, it gets strange too because, um, you're just going about your day doing something in your house or your apartment or whatever, and you look down and like let's say like one time I had a cut on my hand. Like, how did that get there? Like, I have no clue. Well, I must have just done something and not even noticed. So, you go to the bathroom to clean up and then like you look in the mirror and it's like, oh, you might have like hit your head or busted your lip. Like often I bite my lip or I bite my tongue and that's like a very clear indication like I had a seizure. And that's like, okay, you put the pieces back together, you go about it back out in your space and you could see like maybe there's like blood on the floor or you drop something or there's like a mess somewhere. Like, you could see, you can almost like find the evidence. Um, yeah, but what's scary about that is you don't know if, was that 2 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, like a day ago. Um, yeah. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the severity of the seizure or not. But sometimes, man, it takes a long time to get out of them. But what I've noticed is when there's people around and they can like sort of like ground you and bring you back, like say your name, touch you, say, hey, this is what happened. It's gonna like just relax, maybe like put you to bed so you can rest. It's a lot easier to come out of and recover than when you're just isolated because there's nothing there. There's like nothing. You're just kind of untethered to reality and there's no one there to sort of tell you your name or what happened. And yeah, man. So it's a strange feeling. Another thing I noticed too is like when when you have one and you're alone and you start to figure it out, like you look in the mirror and you see these injuries. That's when the pain kicks in because it's almost as if the injury happened, like the trauma happened, while you're having the seizure, while you were unconscious. So there's like no record of it. But then once you see it, That's when the pain kicks in. That's when the headache kicks in. Like if you had a concussion, you cut yourself. That's when the sting happens. All of that. So yeah, there's a lot of bizarre things that happen when you have a seizure, man. You just don't, you know, and then you could take like a good amount of time, like for me at least a few days. Like if I have an event where I have like a handful of seizures, I'm normally in the hospital for 3 days. And as bad as I want to go home, like at this point in my life, I know like I can't, um, because I'm just too out of it. Even if I feel fine, that's another thing. Like, I think you're running on adrenaline after that and you're like, I'm fine. But it's like, no, you're not. In fact, last time I was in the hospital, I thought I was so fine. And I thought I heard my buddy outside of the door to my room and he had come to get me. The door opens and in he walks and I'm talking to him and I'm telling him jokes, like inside jokes. And he's in my face talking to me. And I notice I'm like, after a couple minutes, this is not my friend. This is the doctor. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Give me another night. Yeah. So if you ever see someone who has a seizure, don't be surprised when they come out of it and they're like irritable or they can even get like a little violent. Like they're going to be very confused. You can go into like fight or flight mode. Like me, I've definitely tried to take off before. Like I said, I've been in hospitals, tearing out IVs, doing all kinds of stuff. If you know their name, just like be as gentle as possible. Try to calm them down. Just help bring them back. Because literally, like they were out and they're kind of like a blank slate at this moment. They're just taking in all this information and they don't even know what to make of it. So yeah, that's what it's like.